My dear students, good evening to you all. We are with the course reading 1 and we are moving to the media lecture 4. So, the name of the chapter Education and Student Life. Please open your handout. This is chapter 1. So, we are with the reading skills and strategies, part 1. Please open your handout. The title of the chapter is Campus Life is Changing. And keep your handout with you and keep a pen also with you, since you need to write down the notes here. So, as you take the lecture, you need to plug in your earphones and you need to write down your answers in your handouts. So, what are we doing here? Before you read, please open your handout. Please go to page number. I'll tell you the name of the page. Please open page number 12. Page number 12, part 1, reading skills and strategies. Campus life is changing. And before you read, you need to do this strategy. Skimming for the topic and main idea. You need to skim for the topic and main idea. What is main idea and what is topic? First, you need to learn about them. You can skim a reading to identify the topic and main idea. To skim, read the title and any subheadings. Look at any posts or photos and diagrams. Read the first two and the last two sentences of each paragraph. Read quickly and don't read every word. So you need to skim reading, identify the topic and the main idea. While you are reading, you need to look at the title of the reading and look for any subtitles or subheadings. Look at any photos or diagrams that are attached with the text and read the first two or the last two sentences of each paragraph. Read quickly and don't read each and every word. The topic of a paragraph is what a paragraph is about. This is a noun or a noun phrase. The main idea of a paragraph is what the writer wants to say about the topic, giving information and or his or her opinion about the topic. Sometimes a sentence or a two includes the main idea of the paragraph. This is often the first or second sentence in the paragraph. The other sentences give details about the main idea. Let me read this again. Let me explain this to you clearly. What do you mean by topic? The topic of a paragraph is what the paragraph is about. Topic is about the content. What the paragraph is saying about, on which the entire paragraph is moving around. This is what the topic is. This is a noun or a noun phrase. Phrase is a group of words. A group of words which is used as a noun is called a noun phrase. So topic would be a short one. It's not a complete sentence. Mostly it would be a word, or sometimes it may be a group of words that could be used as a noun. And then the main idea of the paragraph is what the writer wants to say about the topic. Main idea is what is the writer's opinion or comment or the focus about the topic, giving information and or his or her opinion about the topic. Maybe it is about the topic or maybe his or her opinion about the topic, because we don't know the gender of the writer, maybe male or female, that's why he or she is used. Sometimes a sentence or two includes the main idea of the paragraph. Sometimes you may find the main idea of the paragraph in a sentence, sometimes it may be in two sentences. This is often the first or the second sentence in the paragraph. So look for that. This is often, what is this? The main idea of the paragraph is often the first or the second sentence in the paragraph. The other sentences give details about the main idea. The other sentences give the details about the main idea. That is what we are going to do. What we are going to do, we need to find the topic and the main idea of the paragraph. What do you mean by topic? Topic means of what the paragraph is speaking about, what it is going around, what are the things that are going to be discussed in the paragraph. It may be a noun or a noun phrase. It may be a noun or a noun phrase. Noun phrase means a group of words that could be used as a noun. So then the main idea. What do you mean by the main idea? Main idea is what is the writer's comment against the topic. What is the information the writer has about the topic? What he or she is having the opinion, idea about the topic. Sometimes a sentence or two includes the main idea of the paragraph. Sometimes it may be in a single sentence, sometimes it may be in more than one sentence, maybe in two sentences. But a topic would be just in a word or in a noun or in a noun phrase. This is often the first or the second sentence in the paragraph. What is it? The main idea. Where can I find the main idea of the paragraph? Maybe in the first or the second sentence in the paragraph. The other sentences give details about the main idea. The other sentences give details about the main idea. Okay, now let us have an example. Let me go to the next slide where you can find the example. Look at the example. Still we are on page number 12 only. Statistics reflect recent changes in the US college population. One change these days is that there are fewer foreign students than several years ago, but the more US students are studying abroad. There are over 500,000 foreign students in colleges and universities in the United States, down 5 to 6%. The leading country of origin is India, followed by China, Korea, Japan, Canada, Taiwan, Mexico, Turkey, and Thailand. Meanwhile, there are 175,000 US students who are studying abroad. It is up by 8.5%. American students typically spend much less time abroad than foreign students do in the United States. In fact, 92% of all US students who go abroad spend only one semester there. Here you need to skim the paragraph for the topic and the main idea. No need to read the words and no need to read the sentences line by line or word by word. No need to look for a dictionary. If you are not able to understand the meaning of certain words, just ignore them. And on the left you have the hint. Remember that the topic is just a word or noun phrase, a few words. Already we have discussed, but here we have the same one more focused. Remember that the topic is just, because we are going to do as an exercise or an activity in the coming paragraphs. So just we are having an example here, a paragraph. From this we are going to write topic and the main idea for your convenience. It is already written. So topic is just a noun, a word, or a noun phrase, a group of words, a few words. It's not a sentence. The main idea is a sentence or two and can found at the beginning, middle, or end of a paragraph. It could be anywhere. It may be just in one sentence or it may be in one or two sentences. For your convenience, I am going to explain this paragraph. Then we can discuss the topic and the main idea. Then we can read to do the remaining exercises in the next pages. The statistics reflect recent changes in the US college population. If you look at the numbers, statistics means numbers. So it reflects the change in the US college population, how it got changed. One change these days is that there are fewer foreign students than several years ago. So US college population number is going down. There are few foreign students, and several years ago there were many students going for college education. That more US students are studying abroad. So if you look at the numbers, how many US students are going abroad for their education? Abroad means out of the country. You are at abroad. That means you leave your motherland and you work somewhere or you learn somewhere. So if you look at US student population, if you compare the number, how many students were going abroad for education and how many are going for education now, there is a number going down. There are over 500,000 foreign students in colleges and universities in the United States. So if you look at the number, Half a million foreign students. Foreign students means they don't belong to US, but they come and study in United States of America. They are not born and brought up here. Just for the sake of education, they come here. How many are there? Half a million. Down 5 to 6%. This number was earlier a bigger one. There were more students from abroad, but these days their number is going down. How much it is going down according to the statistics? 5 to 6%. The leading country of origin is India. If you look at the foreign students who are coming and getting educated in United States of America, the biggest number of the students are from India. They occupy the crunch of the foreign students. Most of the Indians, it's a craze to go and study in America. Then followed by China, because these two are the most populous countries in the world. In number of population, in number of the people, China comes first and India is the second one. But if you count the number of students studying in US, the highest number of them are from India, next China, then Korea, then Japan, then Canada, then Taiwan, then Mexico, Turkey and Thailand. So America attracts students all over the globe because of its qualitative and quantitative education system. So the first one is India, second one is China, third Korea, fourth Japan, fifth Canada, sixth Taiwan, seventh Mexico, eighth Turkey, and last one, ninth one is Thailand. Meanwhile, there are 175,000 US students who are studying abroad. But when you look at the number of Americans going abroad, Americans going for their education, US students who are studying abroad up 8.5%. So in the way how others are coming to get educated in America, Americans are going abroad for their education. This number is on increase. The students who are coming to America for education, their number is going down. But here, the students who is going abroad for their education, their number is on rise. American students typically spend much less time abroad than foreign students do in the United States. When foreigners come and spend their time in education, and when Americans go abroad and do their education, if you compare these two, Americans spend less time. That means foreigners in America spend more time. In fact, 92% of all US students who got abroad only one semester there. So 92% of all US students who go abroad spend only one semester there. So they have very short courses. They spend only one semester. They may be doing just a diploma. So the remaining 8% only spend more than one semester, but 92% of them are just spending one semester abroad. So topic would be a noun or a noun phrase. It would be in a word or in a few words. What is the topic? Topic is about what the content is. What is the writer talking about? US college population. This is the topic. Main idea is what is the opinion of the topic. What is the opinion of the writer about the topic on which the writer is talking about. There are fewer foreign students in the United States these days, but more US students abroad. So that means it may be in a sentence or one or two sentences. There are fewer foreign students in the United States these days, but more US students abroad. If you look at the numbers, how many are coming to America to get themselves educated, this number is going down. But how many going abroad from America to get themselves educated, this number is on rise. You just join these two ideas and made into a sentences. There are fewer foreign students in the United States these days, but more US students abroad. Next. At the end of the page number 12, read skimming for the topic and the main idea. This is what you need to do. Read the following paragraphs quickly. Don't use a dictionary. Don't worry about the details. When you finish, write the topic and main idea of each paragraph. You can copy the main idea directly from the sentence or sentences, or use your own words to restate it. Choice is yours. You can directly copy from the text and write down the main idea in a sentence or sentences. And topic also you can write on your own. This you need to do it quickly. Don't use a dictionary. Don't look for the meaning of the words. If some of the words are new to you, just ignore them. When you finish, write the topic and main idea of each paragraph. You can copy the main idea directly from the sentence or use your own words. Now it's time to turn the page where you need to do the exercises. Please go to page number 13. So here we have paragraphs A, B, C, D, E and F. How many paragraphs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these paragraphs are there from page number 13 to page number 15. And then we have some sample questions on page number 15. By this we can conclude our lecture. So what you are supposed to do? You need to do skimming for the topic and the main idea. What do you mean by topic? Of which the focus is on, and what about the writer is talking about. So main idea is what is the opinion of the writer regarding the topic. Read the following paragraphs carefully. Generally the topic would be in a word or in a noun phrase or in a few words. And what about the main idea? Main idea would be in a sentence or two. So main idea would be at the beginning or in the middle or in the end of the paragraph. Don't use a dictionary. That means don't read the sentences in detail. Don't worry about the words and their meanings. Don't worry about the details. When you finish, write the topic and main idea of each paragraph. You can copy the main idea directly from the sentence or sentences, or use your own words to restate it. That means if you don't like to copy it directly, use your own language. That means you can rearrange the sentences or you can rearrange the ideas into sentences as you like. Now turn the page. Please go to the next page, page number 13. Campus life is changing. Look at the first paragraph. Paragraph number A. Each paragraph has its own alphabetical number A. For many years in the United States, most undergraduate students in their first 4 years of college were 18 to 22 years old. They attended college full time, lived in a dormitory on campus, and expected many extras from their colleges, not just classes. But things began to change in the 1970s and are very different now. Today these traditional students are less than one quarter, that is one fourth of all college students. These days the non-traditional students are the majority. They are different from traditional undergraduates in several ways. They are older. Many attend college part-time because they have families and jobs. Most live off campus, not in dormitories. These non-traditional students don't want the extras that colleges usually offer. They are not interested in the sports, entertainment, religious groups, and museums that are part of most US colleges. They want mainly good quality classes, day or night, at a low cost. They also offer easy parking, access to information technology, and polite service. Both time and money are important to them. This is a paragraph. So you need to read it quickly. You need to identify the topic and the main idea of the paragraph. Don't use a dictionary. This is called skimming a paragraph. Why are you skimming? What do you skim? You skim the curds, the cream to get the butter. In the same way, you are skimming the paragraph for the topic and main idea. For many years in the United States, most undergraduate students, undergraduate and graduate means bachelor's. The undergraduate means bachelor's, graduate means master's. In their first 4 years of college, so when you get admitted into the college, the first 4 years when you spend it, it is called undergraduate. The remaining 2 years it is called graduation studies. That is for your masters. For 18 to 22 years. So normally this is the age group when they get admitted into the colleges or in the universities. They may be starting at 18 and ending by 22 because it's a 4 years course. They attended college full time. This is about the first. For many years in most undergrad students in their first 4 years, they attended college full time. That means their complete work is just to attend the colleges, attend the classes, live in a dormitory on campus. On campus means they stay on the campus, they live in the college and they live in a dormitory. Dormitory means a hostel. That means you get the boarding and lodging, you get the food and you get the shelter. These are all provided by the college and expected many extras from their college. Extras, not only food and shelter, not only just staying and getting food from the college, they expect Many extras. Look at the word extras. Extras is in inverted commas. Not only food and shelter, they need something else. What are they? Not just classes. They are not there just for their classes. They are not there just for boarding and lodging. They are not just there for their staying and food arrangements. What are these extras? But things began to change in the 1970s. We are talking about the life before 1970s. So 1970s altogether it makes a difference, and very different now, and are very different now. Today this is 2010 or 2020. So these days things are completely changed. Today these traditional students are less than one quarter of all college students. These students are called, who are these students? Full-time students who are staying on campus in the dormitories and expecting extras from the colleges. Now these number of students are in decrease. These students are called traditional students. That means the students who are attending the classes regular, full-time. Now they are just 1/4 of the total number of students. That means 3/4 of the students are non-traditional form of students. That means they are learning in a non-traditional format. Only 1/4 of them are regular students or full-time students. These days the non-traditional students are the majority. That is the difference. Traditional students are only 1/4. What about the remaining 3/4? They are non-traditional students. They are the majority. They are in big number. They are different from traditional undergraduates in several ways. Several means many. So what is the difference between these two groups? And how non-traditional students differ from traditional students? The first one, they are older. So the 3/4 are older than the regular students. Regular students are of the age group of 18 to 22. Many attend college part-time because they have families and jobs. So these students are grown-ups. They are not the young chaps. They are not in their adolescences. They are mostly are having the families and the jobs. That means they are doing education as a part-time. They have the jobs and they have their own responsibilities as the head of the families or the members of the family. Look at the difference. Most live off campus, not in dormitories. Off campus, on campus, on campus, off campus. On campus means you stay in the college. Off campus means you stay away from the college. You stay at your own home and you attend the classes. And they don't stay in the dormitories. Dormitories means hostels. Who are they? Non-traditional students. Only the traditional students stay on campus. They live in the dormitories, but non-traditional students, they live at their own places. They don't stay in the dormitories. These non-traditional students don't want the extras that college usually offer. Oh, what do you mean by the extras? We are going to discuss what the extras are. So traditional students are not just contented with staying and getting food from the university. They need something more. But non-traditional students, they don't look for any extras. They don't need any favors. They don't need any other facilities from the colleges. And they are not interested in the sports, entertainment, religious groups, the museums that are part of most US colleges. So apart from learning, in US colleges, if you stay on campus, if you are connected with the dormitories, you have the sports facilities, you have the entertainment, you have the clubs, you have the stadium, you have the coaches, you have the places for getting yourself trained, and religious groups. Depending on your religion, you can join with the groups that represent your own religion. And museums, you can take part in the museums, you can visit the museums as part of a student in the college. These are the part most of the US college. These are the extras. Mostly the US college students who are regular and who are staying on campus having the access to these things. They want mainly good quality classes day or night at low cost. Who are these? The non-traditional students. They need quality education. They need quality classes. That means they want their classes to be conducted either day or night. That means if you are working in the day, you may be attending the classes in the night. And the most important thing, they can't afford, they can't spend more money for their education since they are the people with responsibilities. That's why they are looking for good education or quality education with low cost. They also hope for easy parking, access to information technology, and polite service. They, who are the non-traditional students, they also hope for, they also wish for easy parking. They are not ready to pay money for the parking. Easy parking means you spend less for parking. access to information technology like internet and computers, like Wi-Fi services. So they want to make use of these services that are connected with their education. They are not interested in extras like sports or entertainment or religious groups or any other social activities. And polite service, that means they want to get everything in a polite manner because they are the grown-ups. They don't belong to the age group of just 18 to 22. They are of the advanced ages because they are the grown-ups. They have their own families and they are having their own jobs. The most important thing they are looking for is quality education at the low cost. But both time and money are important to them. They don't have enough time and they want to save their money. That's why they are looking for quality education with low cost. Now, topic and main idea. What is the topic? Topic is a word or a noun phrase. A noun or a noun phrase. Normally it is written in a few words. And what is the main idea? Main idea would be anywhere in the paragraph, maybe in the middle, maybe in the beginning, maybe at the end. Topic is of which the entire paragraph is talking about. And main idea is what is the opinion of the writer regarding the topic. And the topic would be just explained in a word or in a few words, and main idea may be in a sentence or two sentences. So what are the answers for paragraph A? Topic: the change between traditional and non-traditional US college students. The change between traditional and non-traditional US college students. Main idea: here we have only noun phrase. We don't give any sentence incomplete. But look at the second one. There is a big change in the campus life of the students in the USA now than before. Here you have explained everything in a complete manner. Here we have restated the idea. We didn't copy the sentences directly from the text. Both are acceptable. You can just copy the sentences or sentence directly from the paragraph, or you can write the sentence or sentences on your own. Both are completely acceptable. Now let us move to the next paragraph. So while you are reading, you need to look for the pictures or photos or graphs or symbols, anything part of your paragraph. Paragraph number B. Psychological tests reflect different learning styles in this new student population. 2. Each person has a certain learning style, and about 60% of the new students these days prefer sensing style. This means that they are very practical. They prefer a practice to theory method of learning, which is experience first and ideas after that. They often have difficulty with reading and writing and are unsure of themselves. Most of these students are attending college because they want to have a good job and make a lot of money. Read it quickly. Why? Because you are skimming for the main idea and the topic. Don't look for the dictionary. Don't need to learn about word by word or line by line. But I am giving you the explanation since it will be helping you to form your own topic and main idea. Look at the picture on the extreme left. A university professor in a lecture room. See, the professor is teaching. He is having a mic in his hand. So there is a laptop or a computer, desktop computer there on his dais or rostrum. It is called rostrum, where we can stand and give the lecture. And while giving the lecture, he is opening his laptop and he is speaking or arranging his mic to make it audible to the students. Psychological tests reflect different learning styles in this new student population. New student population. Now students are, most of the students, that means 3/4 of the students are learning through non-traditional method. We are linking up this information with the previous paragraph. Psychological tests. So when you are psychologically testing the students, you can find the varieties of them. Each person has a certain learning style. No two students can learn in the same manner. So learning is personal. So we adapt various methods in learning our own way. At about 60% of the new students these days prefer sensing style. Majority of them prefer sensing style. What is sensing style? He is going to explain in the next few lines. And 60%, that means majority of the students are comfortable with this type of learning. What is it? Sensing style. 60% of the new students, we are talking about non-conventional or non-traditional students. We are talking about the students who are not taking a learning as a full-time education as a full-time. They are working, they are connected with their families, they have their own responsibilities, and they are learning in their free time, maybe in the night, maybe in the early morning or something. So this means that they are very practical. Sensing style means practical students. They prefer a practice to theory method of learning, which is experience first and ideas after that. They say first you take the practicals, then you go to the theory. But in the traditional method, you first take the theory, then you go for practicals. That's why this style of learning is called sensing style. First you go for practice, then you come back to the theory. First you experience, then you go for the ideas. They often have difficulty with reading and writing that are unsure of them and are unsure of themselves. So they can't read and write well, that's why they need to look for the practical knowledge. Most of these students are attending college because they want to have good job and make a lot of money. Most of the students are attending college because they want to have a good job and make a lot of money. So we are talking about a new generation of the students. This is the new trend in the population of the students, new student population. Who are they? They are the non-traditional students. And why are they attending the college? Why do they want to get themselves educated? Because they want to have a good job or a better job and make a lot of money. They are learning with a purpose. So if I am graduated today, that would be helpful for my job. I may get a promotion. I may get a better job. I may get a better salary. That would be helpful for my family. So even in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia also today we have such a number as a big number. So the students like you, where are you attending? Are you taking classes full time? Are you attending the classes in the university? Are you staying on the campus? Are you taking lectures from the morning to the evening in a conventional manner? No. Are you attending the classes just like in the picture where the professor is giving his lecture to his students? No. You are online students. You are learning in a distant mode. You don't attend the classes regularly, you don't stay on the campus. So what type of students you are? You are non-traditional students. So you are not connected with the teachers, you are not attending the classes regularly, you are not looking for any extras. What you are looking for? You are looking for quality education at the low cost. That means you want to get the best education and at the same time you want to save your money and time. And why are you attending the classes? To get a better job and to get a promotion from your job or to support your family with better salary and better money. You need to improve your financial status. So this is what the students are called. First they prefer to have the practicals, then they go for the theory. This is the new method of learning and they are the majority of the most of the new students. And what do you call this type of learning? It is a sensing style of learning. That means you feel it, then you adopt it. First you try with your experiment, then you go for the theory. First you experience, then you go for the theory. Now let us go for the answers. What is the topic and what is the main idea? So we are at the end of page number 13. Please take out your pen and paper. Please keep in plug in and keep your phones and please write down. So just reading this is not enough and just looking at this screen is not enough. Listening to this is not enough because there will be questions directly coming from these lessons in your exam. So you need to write them down in your exam. What is the topic? And I may give you a paragraph and ask you to write. Topic sentence are the main idea. That's why you need to write them in the exam. So please copy them down into your notebook. So are your handout. You need to get them photocopied or you need to have a hard copy or printout with you. So topic is a word or a group of words. It is a noun or a noun phrase. What the passage is talking about is the topic. And what is the main idea? Main idea may be in a sentence or two sentences. Where do you find it? In the first paragraph, in the beginning, first two sentences, or in the middle or in the ending. And what is it? It is about the opinion of the writer regarding the topic. Now do this. Please write it down in your notebook. Page number 13, paragraph number B, alphabetical number. Topic: different learning styles. Here in this paragraph, the writer is talking about different learning styles. That means the topic. What does it contain? So what is the main idea of this paragraph? Each person has got different learning styles. Each person is unique in his learning styles. So each person has got different learning styles. Here we have made this main idea into a sentence. But there the topic is just in a phrase, in a noun phrase or in a group of words, in a few words, different learning styles. How many words are there? Only 3. Now it's time to turn the page. Please go to the next page, page number 14. Yes. And paragraph number C. Let me move to the next slide. Yes. In contrast, other students, but not as many, prefer the intuitive learning style. These students love ideas. They prefer a theory to practice method of learning and enjoy independent, creative thinking. These intuitives are not very practical. They are attending college because they want to create unique works of art or study philosophy or someday help in the field of science. In contrast, on the other hand, so what we discussed earlier, the sensing style of learning. So here the writer is going to introduce a new type of or new style of learning. In contrast, so the style what we are going to discuss differs to the previous style. What is the previous learning style discussed? That is, what is it? What is the name of the style given by the writer? Please go back to the previous page. That is called sensing style. But here the writer is going to introduce a new learning style. Other students, but not as many, because majority of the students are taking the earlier one. How much percentage, what is the percentage of the students? More than 60%. Majority, big number. But the remaining 40 would be prefer the intuitive learning style. Look at the word intuitive. Intuitive is in italics. These students love ideas. These people are not focusing on the practice. They are not focusing on the experiencing first. They prefer ideas. They prefer a theory to practice. This method is exactly the opposite one. Earlier one, practice to theory. But here, a theory to practice method of learning and enjoy independent creative thinking. They want to have their own freedom. So the students who are learning through this process are mostly highly creative. All the great creative people have learnt in this method of, in this style of learning. What is this? Intuition means a curiosity, interest. You start with the ideas, then you give these ideas into shape. The ideas will be converted into experience or experiments. These intuitives are not very practical. These ideas sometimes may not be practically possible. You can't convert every idea of yours into a reality. You can't convert your ideas into the experiments. They are attending college because they want to create unique works of art. So these are the regular students. These are the students staying on the campus. They take education as the full time. They stay on the campus and live in the dormitories. They expect extras from the universities. They are attending college because they want to create unique works of art. Unique means special. They want to have their own mark on the system, or study philosophy, or someday help in the field of sciences. They may take any course of a discipline. They may be going to any field of learning. They may be preferring to have experiments in sciences. They may be having philosophical thinker. They may study on their own. They may create their own. We don't know. So now we need to write the topic and the main idea of this paragraph. Paragraph number C. A topic is mostly in a word or in a few words. It may be in a noun or in a noun phrase. Topic is of what the passage talks about. And the main idea, what is the opinion of the writer about the topic. It may be at the beginning or in the middle or in the end of the paragraph. It may be just in a sentence, or it may be sometimes in two sentences. So read it again, read it quickly, skim it and write down your answers. Don't look for the details. No need to understand each word and line in the paragraph. You don't no need to use any dictionary. So you can copy and paste from the paragraph as the main idea, or you can restate. You can write it on your own. So now it's time to write down your answers in your notebook or in your handout. I ask you to have the printout of chapter 1. Please write down your answers. Yes. Topic intuitive learning style. Earlier one sensitive learning style. Here the writer is focusing on intuitive learning style. Main idea, the learners of intuitive knowledge prefer a theory to practice method of learning and enjoy independent and creative thinking. These are the mostly creative genius. These are the most creators or creative people of all the learning styles. This method is intuitive learning style. What is this? First you give shape to your ideas and your ideas will be converted into experiences or experiments. So this style is called intuitive, theory to practice. What do you call from practice to theory? That is sensing style. Which is higher in number? The first one. Majority of the students prefer that style. And the second one is intuitive. Here you have the remaining 40%. These are the serious learners. They stay on the campus. They get ideas and then they shape their ideas into experiences or experiments. That's all. Paragraph number C. Now you need to go for D, E, F. So we have covered almost half of the paragraphs and 3 more are remaining for us. So where is it? It is the next one on page number 14. There is a drawback for the students who prefer the sensing style of learning. There is a drawback for the students who prefer the sensing style of learning. A majority of college professors prefer the intuitive learning style. These teachers value independent thinking and creative ideas. Students in the sensing group are at a disadvantage because their way of thinking doesn't match their teachers. There is a drawback. What do you mean by drawback? We come across this word already in the vocabulary section. Do you remember? Disadvantage, inconvenience, the fault. For the students who prefer the sensing style of learning, the first one is sensing style, the second one is intuitive style of learning. Here the writer is saying the first style of learning, that is sensing style of learning, where majority students prefer this method, where majority students take the experiments first, then they go for theory. A majority college professors prefer intuitive learning style. What is the drawback? It is not mentioned here. But most of the teachers, most of the college professors prefer the intuitive learning style. Intuitive means you get ideas and you will develop these ideas into practicals. The second one is workable when you stay on the campus, when you spend most of your time with your professors. These teachers value independent thinking and creative ideas. So there the teachers encourage the students to have independent thinking. You are not spoon fed. You are not imposed with the ideas. You need not to think like the way your teacher thinks. Here you have been given time to think on your own. That is called independent thinking and creative ideas. And ideas will be flashing to your mind. Students in sensing group are at a disadvantage. Now the disadvantage of the sensing group is mentioned here. What is the disadvantage? What is the drawback? Look, the meaning is there at the end of the paragraph. So you need to look for the meaning in other sentences or other parts of the paragraph. This sensing group, that is the first method, that is practical to theory. Didn't because their way of thinking doesn't match their teachers. So what do you think is different from what your teacher thinks about? So many times they have clashes with the ideological related problems. That means your thinking ability differs from the thinking ability of your teachers. Now you need to write the topic and the main idea of this paragraph. You need to skim the paragraph and you need to read it quickly. You need not to look for the meanings of the words. You need not to use any dictionary. Topic is of which the paragraph is written about, and main idea is what is the opinion of the writer about the topic, and the topic is in a word or in a few words, maybe a noun or a noun phrase, and main idea is in a sentence or two sentences. It could be anywhere in the paragraph, at the beginning or in the middle or in the ending, and you can just copy and paste it over there, or you can restate it. You can rearrange your ideas into sentences. So look at the answers. Take out your pen and write down the answers in the space given in your handout. Topic: drawback of the sensing style of learning. This is what the topic is. What is the disadvantage? What is the mistake you find with the sensing style of learning? What is the weakness? What is the loophole in this sensing style of learning? This is the title. This is in a noun phrase. Main ideas. Main ideas: students of sensing style of learning have got many disadvantages. The most important thing is they don't go with the ideological structure of their teachers. They don't think like their teachers. Students of sensing styles of learning got many disadvantages, even though it is a majority. 60% of the students are following this method. What is the sensing method of learning? First you go for the practicals, then you worry about the theory. And what is the second method of learning? It is intuitive, where you focus first on the ideas, then you develop these ideas into experiments. So if you are a regular student, if you are staying on the campus, you prefer the second one because you have plenty of time. You will be having your own creative thinking, and you have your own logical answers. This is the second one. But the first one is sensing style. In the sensing style, we have first experiments, then we go for the practicals. Sorry, first you go for practicals and then you go for theory. But in the second one, intuitive, first you give for theory and then you go for practicals. And which one is having the majority of the students following the learning style? The first one, that is intuitive. Sensing style is taken by 60% of the students, and 40%, the remaining 40% only go for intuitive style of learning, because now 1/4 of the students are only staying full time on the campus and taking their studies seriously, and 3/4 of them are non-traditional students. Most of them are aged students, they have their own families and jobs. Now let us go to the last paragraph of page number 14. Politically, let me move my style. Yes, politically too, students these days are different from students in the past. In the 60s and 70s, many students demonstrated against the government and hoped to make big changes in society. In the 80s, most students were interested only in their studies and future jobs. Today, students seem to be a combination of the two. They want to make good money when they graduate, and they are also interested in helping society. Many students today are volunteering in the community. They are working to help people without payment. For example, they teach privately children in trouble, or they work with organizations for homeless people. In these ways, they hope to make changes in society. Let me read it again and let me explain this paragraph. Politically, and political grounds. Students these days are different from students in the past. Here we have a comparison of the students of different times. So what the students you find today are not the same like students in the past. That means the students are also getting changed politically over the times. In the 1960s and 1970s, many students demonstrated against the government. Demonstrate means you come to the streets. You say against the government. You show your displeasure related to the issues of the government. You are concerned with the society. In the 60s and 70s, many students demonstrated against the government. Mostly the people will be suffered in these governments, and when the people are at the receiving end, it is the responsibility of the students to focus on the issues of the people and government. They come to the streets and they demonstrate. They do protest and they say against the governments, and they are expecting to make a big change in society. They were responsible. They were thinking that they had to fight for the welfare of the people. So we are being a part of the society and we need to change the system. But in 80s, after 20 years, 60s, 70s, 80s, things have changed. Most students were interested only in their studies and future jobs. In 80s, students were mostly career oriented. They were not going out. They were not demonstrating in the streets. They are not showing their displeasure over the government. They are not working for the welfare of the society. They are just concentrating in their studies. They are looking for better jobs and better placements. They are looking for the security. They want to themselves to be protected. They are selfish. They are not concerned with the society when in the 80s. But today, in 2010 or 2020, students seem to be a combination of the two. That means they are doing the both. They are balancing the both. They are working for the society and at the same time they are looking for the better jobs. They are worrying about their future and they are doing service to the society. They go to the streets and demonstrate against the government, and at the same time they study, they work hard, and they get good jobs. So nowadays the students are smart. They are trying to balance the both. What are these? They want to make good money when they graduate, but they are also interested in helping society. They want to get better jobs, they want to study more, and they want to get settled in their lives, and at the same time they want to do something in return to the society in which they are from. Many students today are volunteering in the community. They are working as volunteers. Volunteers means you offer your service without any return. You don't expect anything in payment. You do it as a contribution to the society. Many students today volunteering in the community. They are working in the community. Community means in the society. They are working to help people without payment. This is what volunteering means. They just work without any payment. And for example, they tutor, teach privately children in trouble, or they work with organizations for homeless people. They tutor, they work as tutors, teach privately children in trouble. So they are going to the villages and they are teaching them privately. That means you help them to get their knowledge enriched, and you don't expect any money. And they work with organizations for homeless people, and sometimes they may work for the people who don't have any homes. They may work for the orphans. Orphans means the people without any of their parents alive. In these ways, they hope to make changes in society. They are serious in their career, they study, they work hard, and they look for better jobs, and at the same time they work for the betterment of the society. There are three types of students. In the past, most of them are service oriented. They are demonstrating and they are against the government. They don't focus much on their education when it is 1960s and 70s. What about in the 80s? 80s the students were career oriented. They keep on focusing only on their future, better education and better jobs. They wanted to support their families. But in the modern times, they are the mixture of the both. They balance their studies, they look for better career, they look for better jobs, and at the same time they work as volunteers. They tutor the students who don't have good education. They work as volunteers. They work for the homeless people and orphans. They want to make change in the society as well. Now it's time to write down the answers in your handout. Please go to page number 14. At the end of the page, you have the columns topic and main idea. Topic is of which the passage is talking about. It may be in a word or in a few words. It may be a noun or a noun phrase. Phrase means a group of words, and that group of words, if it works as a noun, it is called a noun phrase. And main idea is what is the opinion of the writer regarding the topic of the paragraph. It may be in a sentence or two sentences. You can find it at the beginning of the paragraph or in the middle of the paragraph or at the ending of the paragraph. You can directly copy and write it over there, or you can restate. It means you can frame the ideas into your own sentence or sentences. So please write down your answers in your handout. Yes. Topic: difference between the students of those days with the students' interest. Difference between the students of those days with how students are getting changed, how they are interested in the society in 60s and 70s, in the 80s, how they are interested in just themselves and their career and their education. How do you find students of mixed attitudes of the 60s and 70s and 80s together in the modern times? And main idea, what is the main idea of the paragraph? There are several differences between the activities of the students of these days with those of the students in the past. Here we have made the main idea restated in a sentence. There are several differences between the activities of the students of these days with those of the students in the past. Here in this paragraph you have compared the students and their interest according to three different periods. The first one is 60s and 70s, second one 80s, and today the modern age is the third group. Now it's time to turn the page. Please go to the last page of your handout, that is page number 15, and here you have the last paragraph number, alphabetical number B. On college campuses, students' life is very different from what is used to be because of technology, especially the internet. At most colleges, all entering first year students receive an email address. All entering first year students receive an email address. Dormitory rooms offer high-speed internet access. Computer systems are available to everyone in computer labs. The library, the student centers. Application for classes and registration are usually now possible online. Most schools offer entire courses online. Many professors still have office hours when students can come to talk with them about the classwork or ask for help. But increasingly, students can contact professors 24 hours a day thanks to email. In many classes, students complete assignments and even take exams online. Perhaps most important for both the students and professors, research is now easier and faster because of the new technology. This is the last paragraph. So page numbers are given at the bottom of the page, and number of lines also given on the right side of the paragraph. On college campuses, student life is very different from what is used to be because of technology. Now we are coming back to the college life, college campus life. Now we are talking about the students who are staying on the campus. These are serious learning students. These are just 1/4 of the total number of the students. These students are staying on the dormitories and very close in learning, and they are learning in full time. Student life is very different from what it used to be. So how the life of the student earlier and today, it is completely out and out different. So how the students were earlier and how the students are today, just because of the technology. Technology touches everyone and nobody is an exception for this. Even today's students are also touched with technology, especially the internet. Internet is getting penetrated into our societies very fast. At most colleges, all entering first year students receive an email address. When you join the university, when you register the courses in the university, you will be getting an email address. The email address will be connected with your university. So you can use your email address from your university web providing system. So when you join in the university, you get an email that is related with the server of your college. Dormitory rooms offer high speed internet access. Dormitory hostel rooms, high speed internet access. You have full access to the internet through Wi-Fi's, and they are also very fast, high speed. Computer systems are available to everyone in computer labs, the library, and student centers. Computers are everywhere. The same way we are also following in our university. You go to lab, you find computers. You go to the library, you find computers. You go to the student center, there also you find the computers. Computers are accessible to all the students at all the places, and all these computers are connected with internet. Application for classes and registration are usually now possible online. You need not to go to any office. You need not to fill any form. Just you can make any application online. Just sit with any computer and you can send your application. Now even you are using smartphones, you can put an application even through our smartphones as well. Most schools offer entire courses online. You need not to attend the classes physically. You can take the classes online. Many professors still have office hours when students can come and talk with them about classwork or ask for help. Office hours. What is office hours? Look at the word office hours. If you look at the course plan or course evaluation of this course, you, you find the office hours. What do you mean by office hours? Just a second, let me have a gulp of water. What do you mean by office hours? So the hours when you are available to your students. They can meet you physically in your office. When students can come talk with them about classwork or ask for any help. If you have any questions regarding your assignments, your quizzes, your exams, if you have any doubts regarding the course, you can physically meet the teacher and get your doubts clarified. But increasingly, students can contact professor 24 hours a day thanks to email. Now, all the students are connected with emails, and the teachers are also having emails. And now we have the social networking sites also. So you can be in touch with your teachers 24 by 7. Whenever you get a doubt, you can get it clarified from your teacher. No need to look for only office hours. In many classes, students complete assignments and even take exams online. So if you are not interested to take the exams physically, you can take the exams online, just like our online students. You are taking your quizzes and mid exams online. Only you are taking your final exam offline physically. Perhaps most important for both students and professors, research is now easier and faster because of the new technology. Thanks to the internet, thanks to the technological advancements, thanks to the computers, you can do your research very easily. Both for the teachers, finding a topic and doing the research is easier for the teachers as well as for the students in the modern times. Why? Because of the technological development. So this is the last paragraph. Now you need to write down your answers for the topic and the main idea. Topic is a word or a noun or a noun phrase. It may be in a word or in a few words. It is what the topic is or what the content is about. And main idea is just what the opinion of the writer regarding the topic and what is important. It may be somewhere in the beginning or in the middle or in the end of the paragraph. It may be in a sentence or maybe sometimes in two sentences. Look at this. Uses of technology in campus life. This is what discussed in this paragraph. Main idea: the uses of technology have made campus life very different and easier. The uses of technology have made campus life very different and easier. This is the main idea. These are the 6 paragraphs: A, B, C, D, E, F, and we have discussed them in detail and then we have answered them with the topic and the main idea. So if you haven't written anything in your handout, please plug into the media lecture once again, listen to it carefully and take out your pen and write down the answers in your handout, because you will be given the same paragraph in your exam where you are supposed to write the topic and the main idea from those paragraphs. Okay, then we need to move to the remaining part of page number 15. By this we can end the chapter 1. Then in the next lecture we are moving to chapter number 2. So let me go to the next slide. As you know, pronouns take the place of nouns. Now we are having a point related to grammar. Noun is a naming one. Name of a person, name of a thing, a name of a place or something. What is pronoun? Pronoun is a word used in the place of a noun. When you read, it is important to understand the meanings of pronouns. To know which noun a pronoun refers to. So when pronouns are used, you need to know how to connect them. And what are the pronouns that are used in the place of the nouns? What are the nouns that are representing the pronouns? You must be aware of. Then there is a small exercise. So after this we can sign out from this session. To find the noun that a pronoun refers to, look back in sentence or in the sentences that come before the pronoun. Normally pronouns are after the nouns. So when pronouns are used, try to connect them with the nouns that appear before them. Maybe they may be in the same sentence or a previous sentence. Look at the example. Over 100,000 international students attend graduate school. Full stop. Most of are studying business and management. Most of are studying business and management. Here there are two different sentences. The first one, over 100,000 international students attend graduate school. In the second sentence, you have a pronoun. Most of them are studying business and management. Who are they? Whom does this them refer to? Most of them are studying business and management. Them is missing, please write it down. Over 100,000 international students attend graduate school. Full stop. Most of them are studying business and management. Who are them? Who are they? That is there in the previous sentence. At the beginning of the previous sentence, over 100,000 international students. That means most of them. Who are they? The international students. So here the pronoun refers to the noun that is mentioned in the previous sentence. Now look back at the reading selection. Campus life is changing. To find the meanings of the following pronouns, what does each pronoun refer to? Now you need to go back to the text once again. These words are there in line number 2, line number 8, line number 15. So please go to page number 15, page number 13. Page number 13, yes. Go to paragraph number A, that is the first paragraph. Paragraph A, line number 2. Please underline it. Take out your pen and underline in your handout. Please open page number 13 of your handout. For many years in the United States, most undergraduate students in their first 4 years of college were 18 to 22 years old. Full stop. They. Please underline the word they in line number 2. Second line. Then they again in the same paragraph, line number 8. They attend college full time, lived on a dormitory on campus, and expected many extras from their college, not just classes. But things began to change in 70s are very different now. Today these traditional students are less than one quarter of all college students. These days the non-traditional students are majority. They are different from traditional undergraduates in several ways. They are older. They are older. Here you have they again. page number 13, paragraph A, line number 8. Line numbers are there on the right side. Could you see them? 5, 10, 15. So 5 after 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a short sentence. They are older. Here you need to find the noun that is connected with this pronoun. They are old. And then line number 15 at the end of the paragraph. Both time and money are important to them. The last word of the paragraph. Please underline it. So you have line number 2, they. Line number 8, they again. And in the last line, that is line number 15, there is a word them. These three are the pronouns. Now you need to find out the nouns that are connected. They may be normally the pronouns will come after the nouns. If you don't find any noun used before the pronoun, please go to the previous sentence. That means they have the reference from the previous sentence. They are older. Who are older? That is there the answer in the previous sentence. So I gave the answers on the next slide. So take out your pen and paper, ready to write them down. Yes. They in the first line. The first one, they in paragraph number A, line number 2, most undergraduate students. Please write it down. Most undergraduate students. They, who are they? Most undergraduate students. Then in line number 8, in the same paragraph, they, who are they? They are older. Who are older? Non-traditional students. This is there in the previous sentence. The noun is non-traditional students and the pronoun is they. And the last one, there is a printing error. It must be not they, it must be them. Where is them? The last line, that is line number 15 and the last word of the paragraph. Paragraph number A. Where is the answer? Non-traditional students. Please write it down. Non-traditional students. So that's all today. Thank you for being with me. That is the end of the chapter number A. There are some more pages to cover, but we need not to worry about them. They are not connected with our course, so we just omit them. So chapter number 1 ends by page number 15, and if you look at the book, we have page number 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 also. So we are just ignoring them. We don't need to focus on them. And in the next class, we are moving to the second chapter. That will be the last chapter for our course. That is for two remaining two remaining classes, media lecture 5 and media lecture 6. That is the name of the chapter is City Life. Already I uploaded the same file on your sources, on your forums. So just get them downloaded and get them printed and get them with you while you plug into the next media lecture. I'm very sorry we can't have the regular lectures since now we don't have virtual lectures. We are having lectures only through media. Okay, thank you for your time. Please keep on listening to it again and again and do the exercises and write down the answers in your handout, because these things will be counted for your exam. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Thank you for being with me. Good night.